Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Mandeep, and I just want to do a quick outlook on the market for Tuesday. And so, the first thing, as I said, we always want to take a look at what the overall market conditions are. And so, that's something that's actually depicted on the star bar here. First thing you see is the breadth of the NYSE market. It's 1 to 1.5, which is considered neutral. And likewise on the Nasdaq, it's a little bit negative, but it's not trending downwards. So for every one stock up, 1.34 are down. And the next two bars actually show what the overall market thrust is. So you can see the market thrust is positive, and the market thrust on Nasdaq was also positive, but has just turned negative, right? Which is also evident for looking at the Qs, right? So it's been going down. And why do we stop here? 157.55 has been a little support from yesterday. So let's see if this, support holds. And if not, there's a good chance that you can drop back into this 156 range, but we'll see. So as you know, I don't like making predictions. I always react to the levels. To me, trading is more like writing a software algorithm with if then else, right? So if this breaks, then do this, else do something else. But let's take a quick look at the sectors, right? So the sectors that's leading today is the railroad sector, and if you go into Market Watch and you drill down into the industrials, and let's take a look at transportation here. Let me make this a little bit bigger so it's easy to see. And sorry, the railroads. So I think the main component that's doing really well is UNP here today. And you take a look at the chart, and it's the one that's outperformed today, but it's way late to buy this stock. Again, this stock gapped up, first of all. Second, two things happened. First, it didn't take out its orb. And the third thing, you see this line, it's the 90-degree, 180. What exactly are these? So these are based on W.S. Gann square of 9 principle. So it'll take a little bit of time to explain this, but these act as resistance and support points, right? So once it gets beyond the 90, then the only thing left for it to encounter is its previous high, right? And so these tend to act as good support and resistance, and at least in this case, you can see, it just stopped just shy of the 90-degree line, and it's trading inside the orb, right? So even though this gapped up, there's no real trade in this. Now, the other interesting thing is, let's take a look at our day trading list today. And so these are the stocks that I have, right? AMBA, MRTX, PayPal, so on and so forth. I think SPG Shire PLC is not trading anymore. I haven't followed it, but I'm presuming it got acquired. But the interesting thing is there is nothing that is of real value here. The only two stocks, or the only one stock where I see exceeding the orb is WES, and that makes sense, right? Because if you look at the sectors, the other thing you'll notice is the energy sector is doing well, right? So USO, and you can see the futures for the crude oil; those are doing well, and XLE is right up there. So those are some of the stocks that are doing well. Then let's take a look at the S&P 100, right? And what do you see? It's nothing. SPG is the Salmon Properties Group. This is a REIT, real estate investment trust, and so some of those are doing well today. So these guys own the some of the properties like malls and so on and so forth, right? And what do you see? We just got a buy signal triggered on this, but this is on a 15-minute bar. The very minimum you need for this bar to close before you make a decision on whether to take Simon Properties for a long trade or not. And the other thing you can see, sorry, I'm going back and forth because I want to show you something else. This sector, it's up 0.92%, right? So this is the U.S. real estate investment trust, right? And this is the reason why stocks within that sector are going to do well. So SPG, let's take a look at PSA, which is a public storage, and that's up 48 cents. But since it's below the cloud, I have no interest. But let's take a look at SPG and see. So this one's doing fine, right? So this could be a potential buy candidate because everything seems to be aligning well. The max score that you have is this USIG is 6, right? So you see it has a max score of 6. The orb has been taken out, and you got a buy signals. So the other ones that could be a potential interest are, some of these stocks. Take a look at BA, right? So BA is also, it had an inside bar. It's taken out the inside bar now, and it's trading right above or close to the orb, right? So if it stays up, you got a buy signal on this as well. But again, this since this bar is still forming, you don't know for sure whether this will turn into a buy signal or not. And one of the things I like doing is once this bar completes, I want to take it on the next bar and make sure the high of the bar where the signal originated got exceeded, right? So these are some ideas. Again, you have Colgate, you have Mendeley's, and you have Kinder Morgan. Duke, what is it telling you? It's telling you the focus is entirely defensive today. So it's basically risk-off trades today, right? Now, the thrust on the Nasdaq just turned positive, right? And you can see the breadth is still slightly negative. So we don't know how the market will turn out at the end of the day. But right at this point in time, if you scroll down, what do you see? Majority of them are red. What this negative one shows, most of the stocks, I would say 80% are trading below the orb, right? And then the ones that are zero are the ones trading inside. And then these are the ones that are trading above. So why I like Mendeley's particularly is the volume here, right? So it's 8:07 Pacific Standard Time. We still have 5 hours to go, and it's already taken out, done half its volume, right? So clearly there's some interest in this stock. So you can take a look at this. Right here, there's a buy that got initiated, but it's just like going sideways. The minimum I want to take 41. I'd like 41.80 to be taken out. Anyway, that's all for the day. And if there's anything else of interest, I'll post some more stuff.